Right now, community members get a chance to chime in on how a newly created office should hold Madison police accountable.
Plus, an Israeli American is among the latest group of hostages released by Hamas. This as the sixth-day ceasefire nears its end.
Also, that conflict hitting close to home for many communities, how some UW alumni are giving back to current Jewish students. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. We begin with some breaking news. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger has died. He passed away at his home in Connecticut earlier today.
A polarizing figure for many, Kissinger served as Secretary of State and National Security Advisor under Presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. During his time as Secretary of State, Kissinger helped warm the U.S.'s relations with the People's Republic of China and Soviet Union. But he is most remembered for his role in the Vietnam War, where he was involved in the planning of the U.S. bombings of Cambodia in 1969 and 1970. Kissinger is also heavily criticized for supporting a coup against a democratic government in Chile. We will have more on his impact on American history tomorrow on Live at 4. Henry Kissinger was 100 years old.
The independent office tasked with holding Madison police accountable wants your feedback on how to do it.
The Madison Independent Police Monitor held the first of several planned community listening sessions tonight. Our Braden Ross was there to see what it was all about. Braden?
Yeah, right now the Police Civilian Oversight Board and the Office of the Independent Monitor don't have a process for how they take complaints about the Madison Police Department. That's what tonight's meeting was hoping to solve.
It's been just over a year since Robert Copley was named Madison's Independent Police Monitor.
So far, this year has been mostly spent training and understanding what this role can become and what we can build.
He, alongside the Police Civilian Oversight Board, have been building an independent system to hold Madison police accountable from the ground up. And they want the community's help.
That's actually why we're here today, is to get the community's input on those procedures themselves.
Copley and the board held a listening session Wednesday night focused on creating a process for how they'll take and handle complaints against the Madison Police Department.
We want to make sure that we have a procedure in place to follow so that we're not taking each complaint as their own animal and trying to tame each one on their own.
You are an important part of what is going to create an ability to hold them accountable, because it hasn't happened.
Community members were invited to share their thoughts on several discussion questions, like how the office should track complaints.
What happens with this data once the complaint is made?
And what should go into a resolution.
You sit down with both parties and figure out what happened.
And for Copley, Wednesday night is just the start of bringing the public in on the quest for accountability.
I am independent of the mayor, of the common council, of the Madison Police Department, and therefore I am here for the people, to talk to the people, to listen to the people, to do the people's will.
Now, Copley tells me he plans to release the details of upcoming listening sessions soon. We'll keep you updated on your next chance to join the conversation as we learn more.
Dane County authorities say they arrested 2 young men today after they tried to flee from police in a stolen car. Police first spotted the stolen Mercedes-Benz near Portage Road before later seeing the same vehicle on Highway W. The vehicle eventually hit some spike strips on Highway K. The driver tried to keep going but stopped on the off-ramp to Airport Road. A 16 and 19-year-old were arrested. Neither teen has been officially charged.
Now to Milwaukee, where a police pursuit ended in a crash with a school bus, seriously injuring a 3-year-old child. About 11:50 this morning, police say they saw a car connected with a homicide case in Chicago, tried to pull it over. The driver refused to stop. A pursuit began, ending when the vehicle collided with a bus. The bus flipped in that crash and collided with other vehicles. The driver of the suspect vehicle, 26-year-old man, took off running and was arrested after a brief pursuit. A Janesville man accused of robbing a Madison bank is sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. 66-year-old Richard Chapman was indicted after prosecutors alleged he robbed the Park Bank on East Main Street in Madison back on February 3rd. He allegedly gave a teller a note saying he had a gun, demanded money. Chapman was not actually armed. After receiving the money, he ran from the bank but was later arrested. Chapman pleaded guilty in June. More mild temperatures as we head for December. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Yeah, having the sunshine today certainly helped. We're starting to get rid of some of that snow cover. Not like it's very thick, but it's enough to give us a couple of cold days. As we look at the time lapse from the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam, we have bright sunshine all day long today. Just a few cirrus clouds starting to come in from the west as we headed toward a beautiful sunset. Otherwise, Doppler track, very quiet. Nothing across the state of Wisconsin. Even the lake effect snows have quieted down. High temperature today, 44 in Madison. That's a 21-degree improvement over yesterday. 43 for the high in Janesville, 45 Lone Rock, 46 in Boscobel. Current temperatures are in the middle 30s to the upper 20s. A lot of it depends on elevation. Notice Lone Rock down the Wisconsin River Valley. Same thing with Boscobel. They're in the upper 20s, whereas Madison is still at 34. It's 35 in Middleton and 33 degrees in Oregon. Look for mostly clear to partly cloudy skies overnight. Low temperature dropping to around 30 around midnight, and then those temperatures holding nearly steady overnight. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that doesn't include quite as mild weather as we head toward the weekend, and maybe the chances for some rain or snow showers.
To the conflict in Gaza, where a second American-Israeli citizen has been released from captivity as the clock ticks down on the 6-day truce deal. Today, Hamas freed 16 more hostages in exchange for 30 Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. This exchange brings the total number of hostages freed during the truce to 97, with about 150 still detained. As for the youngest hostage, Hamas claims a 10-month-old, his 4-year-old brother, and their mother were all killed in an Israeli strike in Gaza. A Hamas spokesperson tells CBS News they are willing to provide evidence of their deaths. The conflict in the Middle East has taken a toll on many communities here, including college students.
But as Armand Rahman found, Badgers who have graduated gave back to current Jewish students at UW-Madison in a big way. Armand?
Just days after the neo-Nazi march in downtown Madison, a group of over 1,000 UW alumni found a way to help students move forward.
We didn't know what was happening. We learned about it sort of in real time.
Real time was under 24 hours. Right after neo-Nazis marched through downtown Madison, it took over 1,000 UW alumni just one day to raise more than $15,000 for Jewish students.
They were students once. This is important to them. They wanted them to feel good, proud, strong, and taken care of. And I'm not typically an emotional guy, but I think it was really powerful.
A surprising show of love for current Badgers like Caroline Grell.
I think it's a glimmer of hope because people show up in their communities, people support people.
Hope that couldn't come at a more crucial time. On top of the fear that the Nazis spread through Madison, Jewish, Israeli, and Palestinian students have been dealing with the effects of the Israel-Hamas war.
A lot of people, not just Jewish people, are suffering. We're in this really difficult moment, and there's a lack of humanity in some ways, but I think what's really great is that people are showing up.
Jewish organizations on campus will use the money for Shabbat dinners, open to students of any faith.
It's probably our biggest event of the week, so having support for that means a lot.
A time eating and being together goes a long way, especially in bleak times.
You know, part of getting through hard moments in life is looking for ways to rejuvenate. I think for the Jewish people, Shabbat is kind of like that recharging, right? That's sort of what it is. Unplug, focus on other things, and come out of it 26 hours later renewed.
Renewed, and Krell hopes reinvigorated to help others.
It's standing with people outside of the Jewish community. It's standing with Palestinians. It's talking to our friends. It's talking to our families. And it's having difficult conversations, and it's supporting one another.
And the first of the Shabbat dinners the alumni helped fund is this Friday.
Armand, thank you. Campus police at UW-Madison are investigating racist comments made toward a student organization hosting a meeting. It happened yesterday inside the Humanities building. Police say several people unaffiliated with the university entered rooms, disrupted the meeting, and made threatening and racist comments toward Arabs and Asians. UWPD has identified the individuals involved. Any witnesses who have not yet reported to UWPD should file a police report. Can do so by calling the number there at the bottom of your screen. Meanwhile, earlier today, there were 2 separate demonstrations on the conflict in Gaza. On Library Mall, a coalition of Jewish organizations placed white chairs with the pictures and names of Jews taken hostage by Hamas. Later on Bascom Hill, a pro-Palestinian die-in demonstration took place where the names of Palestinians killed were read aloud. They also lay on the sidewalk with some donning blankets with red painted hands. We asked each group what message they wanted to spread.
All we can do as, representing the Jewish student body is coming together and being strong and showing that, our message is filled of love and peace and unity and stuff and not of hate.
I know that a lot of people are aware of it, but it's just like saying, hey, in case you haven't been noticing, this is something that's still going on. We want to make sure that people still know that this is happening because we do need a permanent ceasefire.
And this is just the latest set of demonstrations we've seen on campus in the last several weeks as both sides try to keep the conflict top of mind.
This war has also increased the number of faith-based hate crimes worldwide. Because of that, law enforcement and worship leaders met today in Rock County on how to protect people's right to worship. Officials from the Rock County Sheriff's Office and national representatives from the DOJ spoke today about threat assessment, infrastructure security, and relationships with law enforcement.
This is a broader concept and really opens up for everybody within our Rock County community to hopefully make a difference and prepare for anything negative that could happen like this.
According to the U.S. Department of Justice, religion is the second most common motivator of hate crimes in Wisconsin.
A new study from a UW-Madison professor is showing COVID vaccinations could help lower premature birth rates. The team behind the study compared siblings who were born before and after the pandemic. Data show the first 2 years of the pandemic alone were far worse for many pregnancies. Researchers found risk of preterm birth fell slightly in early 2021 before dropping steeply in 2022. They say COVID vaccinations contributed to that decrease.
It seems that the population immunity conferred both from people's exposure to the virus, in fact, people had cases of COVID, but also because of vaccination was extremely protective against the risk of having COVID on pregnancy outcomes.
Preterm birth is associated with many short and long-term health problems. It's also the leading contributor to infant mortality and can lead up to additional medical attention that costs that are on average more than $80,000 per child. Schools will be able to get free antigen tests for COVID-19 starting next month. The Department of Health and Human Services is set to teach districts how to request them soon. Officials say schools can keep the tests on site or send them home with students. The news comes as hospitalizations from COVID have been on the rise and officials expect cases to spike. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 10, Gary returns a complete look at your forecast.
Plus, there are growing concerns that the falling price of gas could soon end, but experts say to keep an eye on.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10, winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
A hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday Extended event going on now. Join us for more unbeatable Black Friday-like deals store-wide while supplies last. Like half off these printed and solid throws, $14.99 each. Over 60% off this 50-foot extension cord, now $29.99. Save 55% on these Flex Head wrench sets, only $44.99. And for rewards members, select Cadet dog treats or buy one, get one free. Don't miss your last chance to save with extended Black Friday-like deals at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Supermodel Winnie Harlow is back on the Jennifer Hudson Show. We're taking the runway today. Yeah! Plus, I share another music moment with Dionne Warwick. Then, Eamon Elliott joins us
on the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Today, friends and family gave their final farewells to former First Lady Rosalyn Carter. A private funeral was held at Maranatha Baptist Church, where Rosalyn and her husband, former President Jimmy Carter, were cherished members of the congregation. They'd been married for 77 years when Mrs. Carter died last week at the age of 96. As First Lady from 1977 to 1981, she was her husband's closest advisor and then became a political force herself, traveling the world to help fight disease and famine.
Dad got used to Mom disagreeing with him because she was really good at it. And she became a partner in the true sense of the word, where they had equal footing.
The Carter family trailed her casket to her final resting place on the grounds of the first couple's home, where her husband still lives.
With the presidential election less than a year away now, new data from Marquette Law School is giving us an early look at how the race is shaping up in Wisconsin. Today, the school held an election outlook panel. The big takeaway, former President Trump is making gains in several categories within the GOP, but non-Trump Republican candidates are still faring better in potential head-to-head matchups against President Biden. However, there is still a long way to go until Election Day.
First thing about polling data a year out is to remember that saying, don't panic. A year is forever in politics, and that's true of polls just like it is everything else.
Experts say the most useful part about polling this far out from an election is that it's helpful to see how a race develops over time. Results from this most recent poll will be used to evaluate how the race changes over the next 12 months. Meanwhile, Republican House member George Santos, his time in Congress may be coming to an end. House leaders say a vote to expel the congressman could come tomorrow or Friday. At least a dozen lawmakers have said they changed their minds and joined those voting to expel Santos. The move comes after the House Ethics Committee alleged Santos deceived donors and used campaign funds to buy Botox, designer clothing, and other luxury goods. This would be the second time Santos has faced an expulsion vote. If Santos is expelled, a special election to replace him would take place within 90 days.
Gas prices are defying odds and still dropping, and it is welcome news for consumers as we head into the winter holidays. Despite a series of threats that suggested the opposite could happen, gas prices have now fallen every day since the peak on September 18th. According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of regular gas stood at $3.25 a gallon. Meanwhile, Gas Buddy says you can expect those low prices for the next several months.
I do expect that between now and, say, Valentine's Day of next year, gas prices should be in the low $3 range nationally, with many states falling below that $3 a gallon mark.
Meanwhile, OPEC and its allies have a critical meeting scheduled tomorrow. Experts say the outcome of that gathering could impact prices at your local gas station.
Well, some warmer weather at the end of November than we had the last couple of days. Gary joins us now with a complete forecast. Gary?
Certainly nice to turn the corner on temperatures, at least for a couple of days as we end the month of November. As we'll start out by taking a look at the, what graphic do we have there? There we go, our backyard weather picture. This one from Platteville. Karen Essex made good use of the snow that we have out there, and I'm a big Packers fan. Unfortunately, a lot of that snow will be melting in the next couple of days. Send us your backyard pictures to First Warn weather and traffic app, or you can do it right through the app, or you can send it to firstwarn@WISC-TV.com, and we will display one on the air every evening. Three things you need to know in the forecast. High temperatures still in the lower 40s for tomorrow, for the last day of November. We'll see some rain and snow shower chances from Friday through Monday. For the most part, we're not looking for anything to stick to the ground. Temperatures will be warm enough for that to probably not be much of an issue. And then above normal temperatures with highs back in the 40s by the end of next week. Over the next 10 days, you can see the average high temperature goes from 38 to 34. We're above normal tomorrow, near normal Friday and Saturday, above normal Sunday and Monday, near normal Tuesday and Wednesday, then back to above normal by the end of the week. Doppler track quiet across the upper Midwest. Even the lake effect snows are gone. That's good news if you're looking for quiet weather. And the snow cover continues to dissipate. You can see still snow on the ground through southern and eastern Wisconsin, but it's not very thick. And much of the northern part of the country that you would expect to see at least some snow cover now, not there. Dakotas, Minnesota, almost completely free of snowfall. That keeps our temperatures milder than normal. So until we can get a more widespread snow cover to our north and west, our temperatures are probably going to stay above normal. Weather Track also shows a west to east flow in the jet stream. That brings in mild Pacific air. And in fact, to our west, the winds, upper level winds, even from the southwest. Weather system bringing some rain and mountain snows into parts of Arizona, but much of the country is quiet. And November can be a stormy month because we see a lot of changes in temperatures, and that's usually when storm systems rev up. Not the case tonight. This weak area of low pressure and a cold front, more of a wind shift than anything else. Temperatures really aren't that cold behind the front. Our winds right now out of the south and southwest, keeping temperatures in the upper 20s to the middle 30s. These temperatures will probably only fall another degree or two and then probably hold steady through the overnight hours. In fact, by early tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., notice the temperature in Madison, about 31 degrees. We start to see those temperatures rise to the middle 30s by 9 a.m. By noontime, temperatures should be up around 40. We'll see a little more cloud cover than today, but no precipitation expected. Tomorrow's high temperature about 43 degrees. Notice the wind shift, though, to the north and northwest behind the cold front. That'll drop temperatures a little bit. Planning your day across Dane County for tomorrow. High 38 Sun Prairie, 43 Madison, 43 in Middleton. For Madison itself, high of 43 of variably cloudy skies and a mild day. Future Track Friday morning shows a weather system passing to our south. You can see some light rain and snow down near the Illinois state line. Some of this may make it into far southern Wisconsin, mainly south of Madison. Areas north of Madison will stay dry. And notice temperatures during the day, mid to upper 30s. So I'm probably not looking for anything to stick to the ground snow-wise. Rain-wise, about 1/10 to 1/4 inch of rain through the weekend, and snowfall less than 1 inch across all of southern Wisconsin. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast. Upper 30s for Friday and Saturday, back to around 40 for Sunday and Monday. Again, some off and on rain and snow shower chances, nothing really that to worry about, and we'll also see some dry periods in there. Next week, mainly dry weather with temperatures back in the 40s by the end of the week.
And coming up in sports, Caroline Harvey's return to the ice might be sooner than later. The latest on her progress is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Save big money at Menards. Masterforce has all the tools and accessories you need for your next project. This 800-amp lithium-ion jump starter is ideal for vehicles up to 8 cylinders, providing quick and easy jump starting in emergencies. It has longer life and more charge cycles than a traditional jump starter, and its compact size works great as a portable power bank for your electronic devices. Save big money and pick one up today for $69.99.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $269 a month. Or get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Wisconsin volleyball ended their regular season with a statement, but now it's time to dance. The Badgers enter the NCAA tournament as the #3 overall seed and the top seed in their region of the bracket. UW will host a 17-win Jackson State squad on Thursday, and more than likely, they're going to advance to Friday's second round. And while this time of year is exciting, this group knows there's still work to be done to raise another banner.
Everybody's saying that it's time to dance, and I feel like it's special season, you know? It's special season because you only get one chance and you realize how important the attitude of just one game at a time is.
New season mindset, you know, it's not the same as what it was in the Big Ten. It's kind of like a reset, so kind of taking that and chipping away each match at a time, not looking who's ahead or what's to come next, but really handling what's right in front of us.
And speaking of Badger volleyball, this week's Wisconsin Huddle is all volleyball. 2021 national champ Lauren Barnes stops by to break down UW's season so far and map out their run at another national championship. Show starts at 6:30 on Friday, right here on News 3 Now. Caroline Harvey got off to a fantastic start to her sophomore season, tallying 16 points in 7 games. And then the Badger forward suffered a knee injury on October 20th and has been out of the lineup ever since. But Harvey is making progress. The reigning WCHA Rookie of the Year has been back on the ice, skating with a non-contact jersey. And there is hope she'll make her return before Wisconsin's winter break.
She's on a path to get her back into some games and before we break here. So whether that's this weekend or whether it's up in Minneapolis, you know, there's an opportunity for her to be on the ice. And so we all wish it's, you know, Saturday against Duluth, but, you know, she's practicing and, you know, doing well and, you know, seems to be in a good place right now.
The Badger women's basketball team picked up another non-conference win. Wisconsin took down Northern Illinois 75-54. Sarah Williams led the way for UW with 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 blocks. They're back on the court Sunday when they host Butler. And fresh off leading Lodi to the Division IV state title, Mason Lane has committed to Wisconsin. During his senior season with the Blue Devils, he threw for just under 2,000 yards, ran for 1,159 more, and scored 49 total touchdowns. Lane will play safety for the Badgers. We're back after this.
Toyota Bond is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're going to need a bigger tree.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
Embrace the season of giving at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless home office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat, or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with Spectrum Internet, delivering fast and reliable speeds, advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security on your devices, Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited Spectrum Mobile line, and the Xumo Stream Box, free when you add Spectrum TV. Call 833-97 976-4999. With Spectrum and Xumo, all your favorites are brought together in one place. Use the voice remote to search across live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular streaming apps to watch what you want faster and easier than ever. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meat.
Toyotathon is on! Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Finally tonight, a gingerbread artist putting the finishing touches on this gingerbread village display. It's located at Manhattan's Chelsea Market. John Lovitch created 800 handmade and home-baked houses. This is the 30th year he's made this display. He says he easily goes through 4,000 pounds of candy, about 6,000 egg whites, and just short of 1,000 pounds of gingerbread. Pretty amazing.
And a lot of time to put that together, I'm sure.
A lot of sugar.
And Gary's back. Final check of the forecast.
Temperatures right now, upper 20s to the middle 30s here in Dane County, Madison 34, 34 in Verona, 34 in Cross Plains, and 33 in Deerfield. These temperatures will hold pretty steady overnight.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.